Good morning. Welcome to Mobility Monday. If you're in the United States, it's a holiday week. Happy Thanksgiving week. It really is my favorite holiday, as it usually falls for many people. Any special day or week that's just kind of dedicated to gratitude and thankfulness is fine with me. All right, we're going to move pretty quickly through this session. We got a lot of things to get to, okay? So let's go ahead. All my supplements, put them over there. We're going to start with a little bit of foam rolling. We usually like to be barefoot, even if it's a little bit cold where you are. Toes have a job. So the more we can expose them to the freedom of being not pushed together in socks or shoes, the better it is. So let's get on that foam roller, lower part of the leg, and just roll through below the calf muscle. All right, below the calf muscle. So what's down there? All of the connective tissue that connects the gastroc, the soleus, posterior tib, all into the Achilles tendon and down and through the ankle joint, right? So that's super, super important. I'm around just enough endurance athletes and triathletes and runners to recognize how many of them have Achilles tendon issues. This isn't where it begins, but it definitely is your first best opportunity to not have an Achilles issue. It's not usually a weak Achilles tendon. It's usually interruption in either the signaling into the foot and the ankle mobility, could be the ankle strength, but more importantly, the Achilles tendon is part of the back line of the body, so you've got to look at the calf muscles, the hamstrings, glute activation, glute function, glute strength, as it relates to the physical ask. Right? So in Achilles, whenever somebody tells me, I don't have a lot of my athletes. Most of my athletes are managing, if they've ever had one. They're managing it daily by doing exactly or very similar to what we're going to do today. So they make sure that there's good circulation and a little bit of heat down in that lower leg using the foam roller. They don't over-roll anything. Remember, over-rolling can also lead to it will overstimulate your nervous system and can actually have the opposite effect. All right, so let's work through the lateral aspect to the calf muscle. Fibularis, used to be known as the peroneals. We're just going to work the foam roller all the way up to the back of the knee, but on the lateral part of the knee, the outside part of the knee. And again, the purpose here is just a little bit more blood flow and maybe a little bit more heat into the tissue. We're not trying to actively release anything. We know that if we can get more blood flow in there, it's going to be better. All right, so let's let the foam roller sit right in the belly of that left calf, and we're just going to floss through the foot. We want really good dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. So we're just moving through the ankle. And then it wouldn't be complete if we didn't go inversion and eversion. So just move through, try to turn that bottom of the foot to the midline, and then it's not going to go there, but the bottom of the foot to the outside. Medial, lateral, medial, lateral, medial, lateral. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Just like that. All right, same thing other side. So right leg, working through the lateral part of the calf, all the way up into the back of the knee, but on the outside of the knee. That's always a little spicy for me. And so when it's spicy, or when you can feel it and it's a little pinny, just know that it's something you want to pay attention to and stay on top of. It means that, to me, when I get a little bit of I call it spicy because I don't think it's painful. It's talking. It's just kind of saying, hey, pay attention to me. And that to me means it might be a little dehydrated. which isn't unusual, right? So we've gotten there. Now let's put the foam roller right in the belly of the calf. You don't have to push down it at all. The weight of the leg is enough. We're just going to go point and flex. Remember, I really appreciate you guys. Well, remember this. I always appreciate that you show up on Mondays. But Monday mobility is about setting the body. Oh, hi, Jackson. Those of you that don't know Jackson, he's huge now. Hi, Jackson. Yes, you good boy. Are you going to go have some puppy chow? Go have puppy chow. Go see. Go see. Where's the puppy chow? Anyway, let's point and flex. Jackson, sit. Good boy. Can you lay down? And then inversion and eversion. Inversion, eversion. Good boy. Inversion, eversion. Those of you that are following the story of Jackson will absolutely notice that we are sitting together comfortably on the floor and he is not attacking me. This is something we've been working on. Okay, good. All right, we are going to come back to the foam roller. You don't need this right now, but if you have a dumbbell, we're going to use the dumbbell to put it directly on the knee, add a little bit of load into the ankle. So right here, as we push the knee over the toe, good boy, as we push the knee, I can feel it starting to ramp up. As we push the knee over the toe, we can add just a little bit of load to that right here. Jackson. Knee over toe. That's going to add more load to that lower leg. Excuse me just for a moment. Jackson, come on. Jackson, come. Puppy chow. Come on. Come on. Melissa. Come on. Okay. Knee over toe. Jackson, come. He's really enjoying with you guys, seeing you guys today. Come here. Let's go. Adding that little bit of load is absolutely going to upregulate a little bit of the nervous system. Do not overdo that. Okay? Let's do the other side. Knee over toe. This is a 7.5 pound dumbbell. You don't need a lot of weight, but over time, you can definitely add more load into this movement. But it definitely will enhance ankle mobility and how the foot will be in a really good position to get stronger, okay? Let's grab that foam roller, have a seat on the foam roller, take the left foot onto the right knee. Whew. I just started bringing the intensity up on the bicycle a little bit and then did a little runoff yesterday. Again, those of you that are following each other, we're all following each other on Strava. You're gonna see that. I also got in the car after my run and drove the fastest 5K or 2K I've ever run in my life. So I had to learn yesterday how to make an adjustment on my training peaks to make sure that I didn't get credit for what my car is capable of. All right, right there, working through the hips. Can definitely feel that little bit of uptick in intensity. Let's go onto the right butt, right foot on left ankle, and just working through it. You can always tell if your hips are tight just by how difficult it is to get your foot onto your ankle. Like that, it's not okay to be okay with that, right? It will resolve itself over time, but tomorrow, Tuesday, needs to be another good training day. Like I need more intensity out of this body tomorrow. So letting the tightness and the stiffness stay in the hips is just not okay. All right, so now let's go ahead, take it up to a standing position. So we've loosened, or we've foam rolled the back side of the hip. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna work on the right hip into internal rotation. So stand in a split stance. float your back heel. So right here, that back heel is off the ground. We're just gonna look over the cliff. So if I had a plumb line, it'd be about 3 inches in front of my big toe. And we're just gonna drop that back hip in and out. 1, 2, rotate the back hip into the midline. 3, right hip is holding pillar strong. So we wanna have strength on that right leg as we move into internal rotation, which means the external rotators that we just foam rolled are going whoa, long and short over and over. That little bit of forward lean is really important. So right there, there's that little forward shift. Float the back heel, rotate across into the midline. And you want to just pillar strong on your left leg. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going 10 times. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we're going to do that one more time. And what I want you to pay attention to, we know that there's mobility. That's why we call it Mobility Monday. There's also stability. Stability can sometimes be... we can see it as stability, but it really is tightness. So what we want to be is actively stable. So we're going to take that right leg, push into the ball joint of the big toe, right? So we've got a nice strong forefoot. We're taking the ribs, pulling the ribs off the hip. We're going to come back to the T-spine mobility in just a second. But I just want you to be pillar strong on your right leg. Focus the push into the ball joint of the big toe as we rotate the left hip across the right leg. 3, it should feel really strong there. 5, 6, 7, 8, head stays still, 9, and 10. Good. So we've got a strong, stable left leg now out in the front, and we've got a mobile hip, and that is gait. Right? So we need to have stability in our landing, but then we need it to be able to sequence into releasing so that we can get into the other side. We need that to happen over and over and over again in an organized fashion, right? Okay, right hip, left leg stable into the ground. Take a peek over the cliff just a little bit so that nose is just in front, and we're just going to rotate 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, smooth and smoother, smoother and smoother and smoother. Awesome. All right, let's take that foam roller. We're back on the ground. All right, foam roller, working through that thoracic spine. So we've worked through the ankles. We've added a little bit of load to the knee and the half kneeling ankle mobilizer. Now then we work through the hips and the hip rotators. Now we're going to work through the thoracic spine. Hands behind the head and just extend. We'll just gently extend 10 times. Let the elbows fall to the outside. 3, 4. You want to be long through the belly here. 5, 6, 7, 8, squeeze the elbows to the back. 9, stay back on 10, and then we're just going to side bend left, side bend right, just a little bit of toggle. And good. Okay, so we foam rolled through the thoracic spine. We're going back to where we were last Monday, up against the wall. We had the yoga block. I must have put mine away. We can also take a short foam roller, and you want to you're on your right side is up against the wall. We're going to go left knee up. We're taking that foam roller between the knee and the wall. That adds just a little bit of strength and activation to the inner thigh, the adductor of the left side. From right here, you're going to turn towards the wall. Drop down. We're touching the left elbow to the left knee. Okay, if you don't have a wall that's handy, you want to turn towards your down leg. We'll get 3 of those, and now I'm going to turn towards the up leg. And go 3 there. Three. Okay? Good. For the next one, we put the left side against the wall. Put the right knee up. Add the foam roller or the yoga block. First move is to turn towards the wall, so to the left. Hold that nice and strong. We're going to go right knee to right elbow. Then we're going to turn, and we're going to go left elbow to right knee. And good. All right. If you're comfortable up against the wall, stay right where you are. If not, we're just going to do it free. So you're in the half kneeling, 90-90. Hands behind the head, double arm relax. First move is to turn towards the down leg. You should feel a little bit of tension, a little stretch in that inner thigh. And we're just going to go side bend, side bend, side bend. We turn the other way. Same side bend. 2 and 3. Start to really open up that thoracic spine. We'll go 3 on the other side and then call it a session. All right? So left knee is down. Double arm relax. We're going to turn to the left. Right here. Side bend. 2, 3. Rotate. 1, 2, and 3. And done. So the nice thing about side bends and adductors and understanding mobility between the hips and the rib cage is how that the space between the ribs and the hips come in to the freedom that we need through almost all sports. Primarily running. Like, there's not too many sports where running doesn't come in very handy. Whether it's soccer, basketball, any of it. Really, you just want this freedom through the rib cage. So mobility really is enhanced, made better. Staying power creates staying power so that you experience it more often. The freedom, it really does come from strength. So hopefully you have an amazing holiday week. Thank you so much for starting it off with me. And if you're doing it later today, I hope your Monday is going really, really well. Peace.